one of the things I want to do, aside from teaching different subjects every day, is I want to teach differently every day. Partly because there's no right way or wrong way, and at the school, if you train here, we modulate it quite a bit. From learning theory, there's a very popular concept known as the VAC model, which means that learners are primarily either visual, auditory, or kinesthetic, right? Meaning they learn best by seeing, by hearing, or by doing. And traditionally, they used to say that the VAC model was kind of exclusionary and that somebody that was visual was primarily visual. Now they agree that there can be mixes. You might have somebody who's 80% visual, who needs to see it. Some people are a blend. But if we look at traditional learning modalities, what would be an example of analytical or auditory learning? Classroom setting, right? Teacher at the front of the auditorium, 375 university students clicking away on a laptop. Auditory setting. That's how most learning occurred forever, right? That's how it was, the old style school. And the bottom line is that's not really how most people learn. Some people learn that way, but that's the minority, right? How would a kinesthetic learner learn? Yeah, they got to get in there, right? How would a visual learner learn? Yeah. And the mistake is to say, oh, you do something visual. You're a painter, therefore you're a visual learner. It's not true. You see a painter like Jackson Pollock who's getting his hands in the paint and hitting it, that's a kinesthetic dude. But then you got other painters that are writing 700-page treatises on colors. That's an analytical learner. Just happens to be a painter. So what you do, just because you're in martial arts, doesn't mean you're a kinesthetic learner. You have the Scott Sonens of the world that are extremely analytical, right? Then you have the other guys that are just primal. They just have to do it and they don't know how to explain it, or they're intuitive and it's beautiful, but they lack. But if we indulge only in what we like, we only then end up sort of having students like us. So it's important to have a balance.